Luka's Kids, it's Luka's Kids, it's Luka's Kids.
Welcome to the first episode of Luka's Kids, and on this episode we're going to cover the Johan, or Johan, however you like to pronounce it, the 70 Oldsmobile Cutlass. I really like this kit, but it has a personal meaning to me because it was one of the early kits I ever bought. Not this particular one, mind you. I got this one a couple years at a swap meet. Always wanted to have it again, but I built this kit, bought it new and built it back in the mid 80s when I first started building. It was probably like my fourth or fifth model I ever built. I got it because the car I was driving at the time, my very first car that was given to me by my father, who bought it new, was a 69 Cutlass S convertible Oldsmobile. And I'll show you on the box how this one kind of confused me and tricked me, but when I got it home I wasn't that upset. There isn't that big of a difference between the 70 and the 69, but there's a big enough difference. But I built the car, and I of course cut the roof off and made a convertible out of it. It was a real hack job. It was my early days. I don't even think I have any remnants of that model build. I always wanted to get this kit again, and luckily I found it, and one of these days I do plan on building it. I didn't buy it to collect it, but of course the box art means something to me, and I'll show you some neat things on why. First off, when I found it in the store, what tricked me is, if you look here, good old Johan. This right here is artwork of a 69 Cutlass, not a 70, so it threw me off because of course I wanted to build my 69. So looking at it, it kind of threw me. I knew on the front it was a 70, so I didn't know how to go about it. But I got it home, opened it up, and lo and behold, we had a 70 in there. But it was still a neat kit. And I don't know, I've always had a real love affair with the old Johan kits. I always bought a bunch of them, built them, and I have a bunch in my stash and plan on building them. And there's just something really different and unique about Johan that I don't know. I think they really, for their time, I think their model kits were really ahead of the time. In some areas very basic, but extremely accurate. They were like the the AMC in the model car world. They were the little guy going up against big old Monogram and AMT and MPC, the big three, and then there was little AMC Johan. So let's get into the box. First, got our instructions that are one piece of paper and pretty basic. This was a simple kit, not a lot to it, but they were quick and to the point. The glass is a little messed up from tires laying on them over the years, but that one day I'll do a episode on how to clean it up. It's really easy. Beautiful coloring. Johan always had different colors. You could get the same kit multiple times and there'd be different colors. And that is just a beautiful, beautiful rendition of a 70 Cutlass, I tell you. And it has good inscription of the 442, if you can see that, and the Cutlass emblem right there. And let's do this. I'm going to set that there. The interior, seats are molded in, very basic. That's what Johan was known for. But these were mostly almost like promos that were turned into kits. So that's where the basic form. But at least they had an engine and a hood that lifted. And then we look at the hood, and this was always something that I really, really loved. That was very unique to the Cutlasses of those days, is having this part of the hood that came down. And that was always something that was very intriguing to me on my real car. And I grew up with that car. Wish I had it today. And as a little kid, I always loved that thing when the hood popped open. And they did a pretty good job with the 70 hood. And of course, it's got the bumps here that were what the Cutlass S and the 442 had. The chassis, very basic, molded exhaust rear end. And of course, you got your metal axles. That's typical of the day, but still, great quick build. And you got your firewall, and this was something when I got the kit, another part of my car I thought was quite neat was this radiator support, and I loved how it was separate and not molded in. So if you wanted to make it look chrome or paint a different color, which was something popular to do on these cars back in the day. You could do it on this model. And it came with some custom bumpers, front and rear bumpers, to do more custom work. But this is where Johan, I think, really excelled, was in their engine detail. Their engine detail was just amazing, even to the point that the stuff you didn't see when you put it together. Valves in the heads, the oil valley in the engine, the piston cylinders. I mean, just outstanding. Separate oil pan with the 4-speed, separate bell housing. I mean, their engines were always just really, really stellar. And then we're on to the chrome. We've got a really nice bumper. The chrome is still in pretty nice shape on this. Very accurate, nice finned Oldsmobile valve covers. And here's some grill work there. I don't remember this from when I first bought this kit. I'm not sure. I think that goes into the custom front bumper. And then we've got our custom rear tail light lenses. But you know what? What a bummer. I just discovered that, you know, this is why you got to look at kits when you're buying them. Good. I know I didn't pay a lot for it, and I'm not too upset. Maybe I might find my old ones. Maybe not. Who knows what I can do. But I don't have the tail light lenses for the stock version, which is what I'd want to do when I built this. Nice Oldsmobile Sport steering wheel. Dashboard, very accurate, nice engraving. And last, I got tires that have the white walls on them. And I remember my car sported white walls, so I was pretty happy when I first saw that. And these aren't bad looking tires either. You can always flip them around. But you can see they've aged, and they almost look like real tires the way they've aged, and kind of dirty. Simple kit, very accurate. Looking into it, I'm kind of bummed I don't have the rear tail lights. I believe I do have the rear tail lights from the old build that I have. I'm going to go look for those right now. But that's the Johan 70 Oldsmobile Cutlass. If you ever get your hands on one, I definitely highly recommend it. Again, simple, but really nice detail in the areas that are very important. It'll make a great build if you just want to do an out-of-the-boxer. There's a lot you can do. You can kit bash with the AMT Oldsmobile if you choose to do so. But it is just a very nice looking, really well done for the day kit. Thanks for tuning in, and we're going to be doing a couple of these a week. I'm just going to pull random kits out of my collection, and we're going to have fun taking a look at them. So I hope you enjoyed this video and the idea of this series. I want to hear from you guys. I will do another episode where I'll just show you a bunch of my kits, and I might have you guys pick out ones you want to look at. Please like and subscribe if you haven't. Watch my other shows, and we got so much more model car content in the way. And I want to hear from you. I want to hear your ideas, because you guys fuel these shows I'm doing. Thanks a lot for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.